Well, folks, it's a rainy morning, but we are starting with my first eastern box turtle. That is a gorgeous creature. We're going to get him off the road here to make sure nobody hits him. Considered a different subspecies, but the same species as the three-toed box turtles that I've seen before. We're going to get a couple of photos and even be. The eastern box turtle might be a familiar sight to a lot of people who live in the eastern US. These guys are extremely wide-ranging, going from the east coast, from Maine to Florida, all the way over to the Mississippi River. And they're quite variable in color too, particularly they can even be sexually dimorphic. The males and females may be slightly different colored in certain areas. So some of them are pretty dull, others are pretty bright. Finding one that looks like a burning ember as my first is a pretty lucky shot. And if you look at this guy's shell, you can see some of the rings that suggest a bit of how long he's been growing, but those have started to wear off, meaning this is a turtle that has been around for a very, very long time. These are creatures that can live for 80 plus years, so finding one is like looking into the past. Sadly, on this rainy morning, he was the only thing that would show up. Even after a cruise across all of Missouri, saw nothing until we finally stopped in a very dry, unfortunately, corner of Kansas that I visited before. There's not a whole lot to flip right here, but I'm going to try anyway. Is this a flippable rock? No. This is. No, it's not. This is. Be careful. Nothing under it. Ants. And that is all. That one's just falling over. Not as moist over here as I'd hoped it would be. Well, it's not quite what I expected out here, but as dry as it is where I've just ended up, I'll take anything at this point. It's a little brown skink, or a little ground skink, either way. And he's running around. He's got a perfect tail still. Didn't realize they made it up over into this part of Kansas, but well, there's proof that they do. So that's cool. Kind of sad. Clearly it rained, like in the far southeast corner of Kansas, but getting over to an area where I'm at least familiar with, that I can drive for a couple hours. Apparently I've missed the rain here by about 20 miles. But it seems at least the lizards are out, so maybe there's something else that's still out too. We'll see. Alright, sir, you were running around in here, so there you go. And away he goes. Find a rock or grass somewhere. I just saw him scooting along over here. There's a second little ground skink that's hiding in the road. Where'd he go? There he is. And there he goes. Oh, he's even smaller than the first one. He's so tiny. Newly hatched, I'm sure. Second little ground skink, even smaller than the first, who was trying to hide in the rocks in the road, which is no good. So, sir, you should, you should go the other way. We'll get him off in a second. That's it right there. There it is. My first ever timber rattlesnake. Oh, you are beautiful. There must be something about the 11th hour, because I was just about to give up. And we are not in the most perfect of places either, but apparently it's good enough, because that is my first live Crotalus horridus timber rattlesnake, also known as the canebrake down in the coastal plains of the southeast. One of the bigger species of rattlesnake in the US. Adults, they usually average between 3 and 4 feet, but they can get up to 6. This guy is a little over 3 feet long and absolutely gorgeous in color. He's got that brownish stripe going down his back, bands fading to black towards the tail. They're pretty laid back animals overall, typically too. They don't have the kind of attitude that like a diamondback, like a western diamondback or a Mojave does. And they also have a very, very slow reproductive rate, so anywhere they encounter people, they tend not to do well at all. They are, in the north, sometimes females may only reach maturity after 7 years of age. They may only reproduce every 2 to maybe 6 years. Down here they may do a little better at least, which is why they hold on in these gallery forests. But hunters of just about anything warm-blooded, rabbits, rodents, small birds, and so on. I cannot believe we pulled it off. We found one right at the end of the trip, and in an area where I saw my first one dead almost a year and a half ago. What a beautiful snake. So I'm going to try and get a couple more photos, and we'll just let him on his way. As one of the 2 largest and also one of the most ornate vipers in the eastern US, this is an animal that I have wanted to see for quite a while. And again, a year and a half ago, I saw one dead on the road in this same region of Kansas, and that's been hurting ever since. Unfortunately, it's a common story with these guys too. With a range that once stretched from southern Canada all the way down to northern Florida, and from the east coast all the way to Texas, Kansas, and even southeastern Nebraska, these guys once had a huge range and a huge population, and while they are found in pockets in much of that area still, their actual population has dwindled by possibly up to 95% due to habitat destruction and especially persecution directly from people. They're slow reproducing animals, and they like relatively undisturbed habitats. Forested ridge tops, gallery forests like where I found this guy at the very western edge of their range here, and similar areas. As soon as those habitats start being disturbed, the timbers are some of the first snakes that'll disappear. So where they still exist, they are a treasure. Alright, we're just going to encourage him to keep going off the road. Off the road, sir. Come on. I know, I'm touching... Well, no, you want to go off the road, okay? Come on. Yeah, there you go. Off. Look at those colors. What an incredible animal. Thank you, beautiful. Keep going. We're almost there. What a gorgeous snake. I can still see it in the grass there. It's so beautiful. So today didn't have a whole lot of animals, but it certainly had quality. That was a gorgeous box turtle that we found first thing this morning, and my first eastern box turtle to boot. And then, looks like herping this year will officially finish off with one of the rattlesnakes I've been chasing for a couple of years now, that gorgeous timber. So after this, don't know exactly what'll come next. Maybe I'll get lucky and there will be a family trip to somewhere tropical this winter, and we'll see that. Otherwise, there's certainly going to be videos on all the various plants that I grow and some of the other animals that live at home. So those will be going up on the channel, probably interspersed with some of the other videos. But next year, we'll see. I'm hoping for a couple cool places like South Texas, return to some places like West Texas, go back to Snake Road and find some other cool stuff that's there. Back to Arizona, fingers crossed if the funds come through. But until next time, if you'd like to help support the production of educational videos like this, because it does cost quite a bit to take these trips, as well as to take the time to just sit down, edit these videos, and make the posts that I do, and so on, do consider becoming a supporter, a patron at patreon.com/hcarlton, or you can do donations at Ko-fi. Patreon members do get exclusive benefits back, such as early access to the videos. There's discounts on certain tiers for merchandise at the website, carltoncarnivores.com. So if you want to buy plants or maybe the baby snakes that are there, then you can get discounts by being a Patreon member. There's exclusive merch and other things as well. If you can't support financially that way or through buying stuff at the website, you can always simply support by being there, giving attention, all right? Watch the videos all the way through, because those watch hours do really matter for those of us who post things on YouTube. Make sure to like the videos, leave a comment, subscribe, share them so others can see. And if you want to see more photos, short little videos, tidbits and such, I'm always posting things on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. But until next time, wherever that may be, I'm Hawk and Carlton, and this is Carlton Carnivores.